I had a couple individuals who had questions that they posted in the Facebook group. So those will be my first questions here today. And then I also had another update or rumor that I wanted to clarify so all of you understand about the Department of Homeland Security announcement for a waiver of consular interviews. I think there's a lot of confusion on that. But without further ado, let's go ahead and I will dive into the questions that were posted in the Facebook group. And if you are joining us here live and you have questions, please feel free to put them in the chat. And when I go through these topics here, then I will answer your questions as well. All right. So I had someone recently, someone this week actually ask about whether or not you're able to travel to the United States if you have ESTA or a tourist visa, and if you're able to travel to the United States while your application is pending. So I know that this individual, they mentioned that they are going through the fiancé visa process and that wait times are very long right now for the petition. Currently, as of January 7th of 2021, it's over 7 months wait. And so a lot of people have been asking, and this is a very popular question, and I have other videos on this as well. Am I allowed to enter the United States and visit my fiance? Or if you're filing a spouse visa petition, am I able to enter the United States and visit my spouse while the application is pending? And am I able to do that if I have ESTA or a tourist visa? And the answer is yes, you are able to, in general, you are able to travel to the United States and visit your significant other while your application is pending. And the reality of traveling to the United States on ESTA or a tourist visa is that your entry to the United States is what they call discretionary. And so that essentially means that the officer who is who you come into contact with at your port of entry when you're entering the United States, they have discretion to basically decide whether or not they believe if you really are just coming to visit for a short amount of time. Because ESTA and a tourist visa, you are meant to come and visit for a short amount of time, not to stay here indefinitely while you're waiting for the petition, but you can come and visit. So the other part of this individual's question was, if I am allowed to come and visit, what can I do to help that officer understand that I am just coming here to visit and help them with their discretionary decision? And so if you're a person who has ESTA or a tourist visa, and even before filing your petition for your fiance visa or spouse visa, if you had traveled to the United States before and have a history of coming to the United States for short visits and being in compliance with immigration laws and leaving on time, that's something that's very helpful for your record. That's something that they would take into consideration. And with regards to other tips on traveling to the United States and how to be proactive and be prepared, really it's just a matter of making sure you are prepared to answer the officer's questions when you're entering the United States, to be honest. And it's always good that if they're asking you a question, that you just answer that question. I know a lot of times you might feel nervous or compelled to just, tell a whole story and give them tons of information, but that's actually not necessary. Of course, it's necessary to be honest, but just answering the question in brief and just very matter of fact, letting the officer know, I'm coming to the United States. I know that I need to leave. I have a round trip ticket and I'm just coming here to visit. That you have no intention of overstaying if they're asking you about your intent or why you're coming. And then a lot of people have asked, what kind of evidence should I bring, or what other things can I do to be proactive? And so if you have a job in your country where you're currently living, it's nice to have proof of that. If your employer can, provide you with a letter. Sometimes they might be giving you time off for that trip. And so just, having an employer write a letter saying how long you've been employed there and that you've been, given time off and that you're expected to return to work on a certain date. And any other proof of your ties to your country of origin can be helpful. It's not something that you should carry and then as soon as you walk in, hand them all of the evidence and give them all of that right away. It's more, let's, bring it, have it handy in case they have additional questions. But it can be a red flag if you're just like over prepared and giving them evidence and giving them this whole long narrative about your intent to just come and visit. Really, it can just be a matter of, you know, telling the truth, letting them know you're coming here to visit only. You should have your round trip ticket showing that you plan to leave on a certain date, and then having some evidence as backup can be helpful as well. And for our clients, we work with our clients when they do make trips to the United States, and sometimes provide them with letters and things like that. And so it is good to be proactive, but the short answer is yes, you can legally travel. Your entries are discretionary, so they can decide to not let you in, but legally you can travel while your application is pending. And hopefully that helps give clarity to the person that answered or asked that question, and hopefully that is of help for all of you who are going through the immigration process.